Hey, how y'all doing? This is Courtney Davis, and I'm an instructional leadership candidate, and I'm in my IL 562 class with Dr. Brooks, and this is my leadership change video with my technology plan coordinator, and this is Miss Moncrief, and this is our principal, Dr. Anthony Wilkinson at Benjamin Russell High School. So I'm going to go ahead and ask them some questions, and the first one I want to direct to Dr. Wilkinson. What is what is your role in the development process of the CIP plan?
Well, as chairman and also, the principal, naturally you're going to be a chairman, and we do delegate a lot of things out to the teachers and stuff. But my role as the chairman and the principal is that seeing the vision of the overall district and see how our school fits in that vision. What we do with our continuous improvement plan is we take our strategic plan from our district, but then also we look at our assessments that we have here, which everything from the ACT, performance series, our academics, and then we also look at our attendance and discipline and things like that, but also some of just our specialized things such as soft skills and leadership and all that. So we take all that data, and in addition to needs assessments and things like that, and then I facilitate the continuous improvement plan. And then as we go throughout the year, it's a living document, so we update as we go. If we meet and discuss things, if we some strategies that we put in, if we complete that, we kind of adapt as we go.
Okay, Ms. Moncrief, same question. Really, from the technology standpoint, since you are a technology chairperson, what is your role in that CIP plan when technology is involved with?
Of course, my main focus is the technology. So we look at our needs assessment, like Dr. Wilkinson said, from our teachers, from student input as well. And we also, we try to work with the other schools as well to try to make sure that we have a continuous plan that goes across our district.
Okay. Going to number 2, it says, as the leader of the CIP team, now you're my head principal as well as the chairperson for the CIP team. How does your position influence student achievement within our school as a whole?
Well, I think I guide it. I think I facilitate it, but we really just look at the data. What does the data say to us? And then we have some major discussions on what we can do, what we can control, what we can't control, what are some of our obstacles, what are some things strategies we can put in place to address everything. And when I say data, again, we have our academics, but we also have our attitude, our things that's outside of the academic room that we try to work on. But I think we just have an open, discussion about what we're doing right, what are some things that we need to work on, some of our weaknesses, and then address it. And then at the end of the year, if we accomplish it, great. If not, let's back up and let's look at it again.
Who are those main people that you actually have in this conversation besides you?
We have the leadership team. We have a faculty leadership team, and a lot of those teachers are chairs of individual committees, standards and curriculum, assessment, community and parent involvement, those type of things. So they're chairs of other committees. So when we bring that together, and we look at their academics, but we look at the big picture too. So.
All right. Ms. Moncrief, what are some of the things that we transition? I know within the years I've been here, we transitioned from iPads to Chromebooks. So what have you helped in this improvement plan when it comes to technology?
Of course, we want to look at how the technology is changing. We transitioned from the iPads to the Chromebooks because of just the user friendliness,
right.
What works best for our students. And I think that is part of that adapting. When you see that you have something, you don't stick with it just because you have it. It grows with you.
Okay. Now going to number 3, and this is addressing both of y'all, but first of all, Dr. Wilkinson, how do you determine what priorities are when it comes to developing the school's plan in order to ensure that the school's vision and mission are accomplished?
Well, a couple of things. One, what we're being held accountable for.
Right.
So, when you look at the state report card that just came out in December, those are the things that we know without a doubt are things we're going to be held accountable for, and they're going to be published in the paper. The people in the community, the parents, they're going to see it. So that right out of the gate, that's something that we have to address. But then there's other things that we address, the soft skills. Again, with the college and career readiness,
right.
We do that. But there's more than just I'm credentialed in career tech. There's more to it. The communication, collaboration, we address those things. And then some things that we feel like as a high school that we owe it to our students and we owe it to our community that we need to address. So it's, the things we're held accountable for, right. And things that our community needs and expectations, I guess you can say, what we need to address from our community and parents.
All right, going to number 5, it says, what do you believe are the similarities and differences for all other schools across the district, ranging from elementary to high school, and developing school-wide plans?
Well, there's a strategic plan, and we address everything from pre-K to the 12th grade, and even beyond. So if you're in the lower elementary, you're really focusing on child development, the growth, the reading, the math, and then as you get into the middle grades there, upper elementary, you expand more. And then the middle school, you're addressing not only your academics, but also kids start getting involved in extracurricular activities. Well, here at the high school, we explode here, from everything from academics to being college and career ready, to the soft skills, getting a job or having those skills that's going to help you in college, to building our workforce, and also the mental health aspect of it, nutrition, the athletics, the clubs, community service, all that. So we explode at the high school in all kind of different avenues.
Because I don't know that dream meets reality, student-led conferences, all these things that we do to create an open door policy really have helped with that student achievement. It goes on to say, like, number 6, what are some of the changes that you believe need to be made theoretically or practically in order to have a greater positive impact on student achievement?
Well, I don't think a student walks around with a number around their neck.
Right.
I think each student is unique, each student is different, and the big thing here is taking the incoming 9th grader and seeing how that student grows by the time they end us. I mean, we do our student-led conferences, and you can't put a grade to that.
Right.
But man, they are
you can
powerful.
See the growth.
Oh yeah, you can see powerful. And then even the students will tell you, when I came in as a freshman, I was very shy. I didn't like working in groups, and now when I'm leaving, I'm ready to tackle anything that life can give me. So there is a place for numbers in regard to the ACT and the SPIRE and those type things, but you just can't label a kid by a number. Right. We got kids who are great kids and do great things and very creative, whether it be fine arts, band, or athletics, whatever, that may not be the 30 on the ACT, but they just as important as a kid who does make a 32 or 33 on the ACT in our school.
Right, and I feel like those academies that you are about to introduce within our school are really going to help that. It's going to set those kids that are not the football players and everything aside and help them shine as well. Number 7, it goes to the CIP chair, which is you again. How do the decisions made by the team impact the decision making of the school, as well as school system leaders like the principals, assistant principals, superintendent, and school board? How does your decision?
Well, I think you have to be, you're vested in this, and I think that it's a shared vision. And we ask a lot of stakeholders to be involved. We know what our community wants. We know what our school district's trying to do, and we know kind of where our students are at. So what we do here does impact everybody else, because it kind of rolls down to the middle school and elementary. As you see, as we're building ownership of their own learning with our student-led conferences, those are rolling down to the middle school and even to the elementary school. So, in years' time, we should have a better product when they come into the 9th grade. So what we do here impacts everybody else. And the same thing, vice versa. What they do in elementary school and the middle school impacts what we can do here. The more they do there, the more we can expand their skill base at the high school.
Right, and that vertical alignment is helping us as well. Ms. Moncrief, how does your decision as the technology coordinator for high school affect all other schools?
We really do try to work together as a team, because like Dr. Wilkinson said, a lot of what we do does roll down. So a lot of the like we video some of the different apps and things that we're using, that we're implementing. We also talk with our middle school component, because they're doing the same student conferences now. We try to make sure that it's all uniform, so that product does build over time and it's just better and better. Because
I know you train us as teachers, and you go ahead and send those videos, also those tutorials to students, and the same thing is trickling down as okay.
Because those have been shared with the middle school too, and so we're all trying to make sure that we're consistent.
All right. Number 8 says, once you have established your goals, how do you determine what resources you will need in order to support your goals, and where the funding comes from if needed?
Well, and we try to be as thrifty as possible. You know,
Right.
what we can do without spending a lot of money is one thing, but then, you know, when it gets to a point, we're not a title school,
Right.
but when it gets to a point where we do have to reach out, then we look at our community. They're very, very supportive, but we also look at our central office too.
Right.
There's money out there, whether it be grant or state or federal money, that, you know, a couple of the coordinators in the central office really helps us.
Right.
You know, a good example is ACT prep. You know, we do a lot of
Really
things
helps
with
boot camp.
ACT in regard to boot camps, workbooks that we use as bell ringers, and then also practice tests that we use 9 through 12. You know, we use it, we get the kids ready for it early. Well, that funding has to come from somewhere. So if I don't have the money in the general fund, which a lot of times I don't, I reach out to the central office, reach out to the community for volunteers and donations, and they're very, very, very supportive.
And you, Ms. Moncrief?
We have state technology money that is allocated to us, you know, per teacher that we spend, but also, like Dr. Wilkinson said, our community is phenomenal. The Educational Foundation does a lot to help us out with our technology.
Okay, number 9, it says, how long do you implement a program or strategy before being able to determine its effectiveness?
Well, it's like I said earlier, it's ongoing.
Right.
You'll find out real quickly if we're not doing what we need to do. We take those practice tests in the ACT. We do benchmarks, you know, where we can kind of gauge where we're at, and that's just the academic aspect of it. But we also look at our student conferences, the Dreams Meet Reality PBL, the Reality Check, the Senior Blitz,
True
those
Score,
stuff, True
all of
Score,
that.
all of that stuff, to look and see what we're going to do. For example, today, matter of fact, the teachers in our faculty meeting today, the teachers are going to give me feedback. They're going to give me a list of about 2 to 4 students per grade level, and we have a student panel where I ask the students about certain things going on in the classes and instructionally, and that kind of gives me feedback from a student's point of view, open discussion. All right, where do we need to go? Where are we? Hey, we're doing a great job with this, but where are some weaknesses we need to address as a staff?
All right, and the last question, final question for both of you. How do you share this information with your faculty and staff, and how do you get them to buy into the plan of this continuous improvement plan?
Well, overall, we talk about this at every monthly faculty meeting. We talk about it in our department meetings, and then we talk about it in our principals meetings and things like that. So, and we get the information out. It's on our website, but we continuously talk about the importance of the ACT and the importance of being college and career ready and dual enrollment and all those things, the checklist. Even when we're doing our schedule for students, we go through there and there's certain things they've got to have that we make sure they have in order for them to be college and career ready. So we communicate that at least, you know, once a month, 2 or 3 times a month. And then, you know, teachers have to do their teacher conferences too, where they come in 2 or 3 times a year and present on their student data, where we at, what's our goals, or are we meeting our goals, if not. So, and that will be coming up in mid-April, the last one for especially the academic ones.
And I know, Ms. Moncrief, you send a lot of our emails to us through tutorials and videos and everything, so you're really good at that. What is your main source of getting that information to other faculty and staff?
Our faculty is really super busy. So we try, because we are a secondary school, we've got lots of coaches and stuff like that. So we do try to send it out by video so that we're not taking up plannings, different things like that. But always, to me, just one-on-one seems to work best. Like if you're having a problem,
Pull them in.
yeah, people come in and see, and that seems to be the best.
Well, I appreciate y'all, and that is my Change for Leadership interview. Y'all have a nice day.
Go Wildcats.
Woohoo!
Right.